Hackoustic I started about 3.5, 4 years ago. The idea was to set up a hacking group and a place where projects that are to do with sound but don't necessarily have an obvious place in, say, an art gallery or at a concert, can have a place to show and where people can share this kind of work.
I started using recycled materials basically because I had no money and I couldn't buy materials. I was never taught how to do any woodwork either. Everything's been sort of by myself, by scratch. I came up with some really sort of unusual creations.
The idea is to turn myself into an instrument and sort of use my body as a sort of expressive tool. I'm quite interested in the relationship between sound and nature and how you can sort of tap into that through music performance.
My personal background is as a classical musician, so you pick up an instrument and you practice it and practice it and practice it and become as good as you can, and you spend hundreds of thousands of hours in getting really good at it. And I found that the more time I spent doing that, the less I was able to find the music in it anymore. And what I wanted to do was explore things, and so I started to do things like pick up object toys and stones and materials and sandpaper and start just investigating things as sound rather than as an instrument.
For me, it's an evolution of my creative output. Whereas I used to just write and record on regular instruments, now I'm more interested in building instruments to try and find different sounds to create music. A lot of us are of the opinion that music is everywhere, music can be anything. Music doesn't have to have specific melodies or tempos or rhythm. I mean, to me, music is any sound that elicits some sort of emotional response.
In some ways, I think it's a shame that we feel that everything's compartmentalised in the way that it is. It's not really relevant whether we're doing music or what we're doing, the label that you attach to it. If it's interesting, then we're interested in it and we want to show it. If somebody says that they're doing music, then they're doing music, and why not? And if somebody says that they're doing art, then they're doing art, and why not? And so it's really just about it being an interesting thing.